I've got some new shocks for the rear of my 1966 Fastback. Let's get them installed in the car. What's up guys? My name is Andy, and in this video we're going to replace the rear shocks on my 1966 Fastback. In previous videos I had lowered the front with the front springs and the Shelby mod. We did new rear shackles and then some lowering leaf springs in the car. Now it's time to get the rear shocks replaced and get those air shocks out of there. I had a problem in the previous video where putting those rear leaf springs on there, I was supposed to lower the car an inch and it only came down about 3/8 of an inch. Those air shocks that are in there, I don't know if there's something wrong with them, if it's keeping the car from going lower. I don't know enough about air shocks, but I do know that I want regular shocks in there. So I'm gonna get those air shocks out of there. We'll see, I doubt it, but we'll see if it changes the height of the car. And then from there we can decide if we need to do lowering blocks to get the car just a little bit lower. So let's get started. Before we raise the rear of the car, the first thing I need to do is take this rear panel out. Behind this panel is the access to the top of the shocks, and it's easier to do that with the car on the ground. We'll just get this piece out of here and then get to the shocks. There's just 2 screws on mine. I need to take that screw out and that screw out, and this panel will come out. On your guys' Fastbacks, you might have some clips on the pieces in there. I know this car, it doesn't have it. It's not complete, but that's all right. So we'll get those screws out, get this panel in the way, then we can get to the top of the nuts on top of the shocks. All right, here we can see the access holes for the shocks, and there, that's the top of the shock there, and there's the top of the shock there. So we'll go ahead and take that off, and then we'll jack the car up. As I was dropping the rear axle, the shock kind of comes out of the upper perch, which is fine because we want that to come out anyways. Now we just need to take this nut off of here and we can pull this shock right out. For those of you that are just doing the regular shocks, you won't have this additional line that I've got in here. This is air line. This is what I disconnected from before just to see if I can get all the air out of the shocks. They're not even hooked up anymore. I got to disassemble all that line stuff and then we could just take these out. So if we just take, you see this little right here, we take that off there, and that's the only thing we have to do with these air shocks. But if you have regular shocks, you won't have to deal with any of that. All right guys, what we're putting in is just some standard KYB, these XLG shocks. They're just standard OEM replacement style, nothing fancy about them, no rebound or adjustments or anything, which is fine for what I'm doing. So it comes with this strap on here. We can go ahead and cut that off. We'll put the bushings on each end of this thing. We'll put it up inside the car there. We'll put it in here, secure everything down, and then we'll go back inside and then get the top of these. just as expected. We replaced those shocks. It didn't change the height, although those shocks shouldn't change the height, but that's good that we know that didn't change anything. What we came up with is we're still sitting about 26 and a quarter, 26 and 8, somewhere there, and that's where we were when we did the rear leaf, which is good that we didn't change any height with the shocks, but we do need to change that still. So I would like to drop a ½ an inch to start, but I don't have those blocks. I do have 1 inch blocks. So I think what we'll do is we'll go ahead and put these in and see how the car comes out. It's not ideal, you know, knowing what we know now, maybe we should have done those reverse side rear leafs, but I think we'll stick these in there and then see how it comes out. Just like our previous videos, we're gonna take this nut off, that's bushing off, we'll take all those off, we can drop this plate down, then we'll lift the axle and put the spacer above the leaf springs, but below the perch here on the axle. So this is the piece that we're going to put inside there. This pin goes up inside the perch on the axle. And since the car is on jack stands, we can just go ahead and use the floor jack and lift the axle. And since the other side's attached, it'll just lift this side. We'll slide this in there, drop it down, and bolt it back up. All right, quick change of plans. I went with the longer U-bolts that I had with the original lowering blocks that I had. These are what were just inside the car. These ones are about ½ inch longer, and just with the nuts that were on these, they weren't sticking out of the bottom of the threads, and I just wanted more engagement of the nuts. So I went with the longer bolts that I already had, and that looks a lot better. Let's do the other side. All right, guys, now we'll just do the same thing on this side and some clever movie magic, and they'll be done. Boom. All right, we're done. That's all that took. Let's get the car lowered and see how it came out. All right, guys, that is much better. That comes out, well, let's measure it real quick. All right, before we had about 26 and 3/8, 26 and a quarter, and we're sitting about 25 and 3/8. Yeah, so again, an inch block, which makes sense, it's gonna lower it an inch. So this is much better, you know, given the fact that I was hoping that those rear leaf springs would lower the car 1 inch. Because those stock springs are so old and saggy, it's kind of hard to tell where you're really starting from. You know, 50-year-old springs isn't going to give you a good gauge with the new lowering springs where you're going to fall out. So we've got those blocks in there. I think I'm going to leave that for now. I may change things up down the road, but for here, this is good enough. It's not quite as low as the front, which is fine because this car tends to squat a little bit when you're kind of moving around, and so I want some room for that so I'm not rubbing the fenders. So we're good there. All right, so that's more or less kind of takes care of, I mean, this is several videos. We did the front half, we've got the back half. I would like to do some sway bars and some pieces like that, but we'll see where we get to with that. I got some other things I need to tackle first. But yeah, all right, we are set, guys. Hopefully that helps you guys out if you're looking in terms of lowering the front and the rear of your car. These videos hopefully will get you dialed in where you want to be and give you some information. If you guys like the video, give me a thumbs up, and if you subscribe, I appreciate it because it helps my channel out, and we'll see you in the next one.